welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss another video. And let's just jump right into what happened today, okay? So I really just wanted to sit down and play again with makeup. This time I was expecting to film for you guys. Unlike the last look, I wasn't expecting to film it. But going into it this time, I did want to film something for you guys. And this is what we came up with. I used two palettes. I used both of my Carnival palettes. My third one, my XL Pro. I love these palettes so much. Like, they're just amazing. But we dipped into that. We dipped into some rhinestones, some neon pigments. Like, we just kind of went all out for today's look. And I'm not mad at it. Like, I really like the way this came out. I feel like I should be in, like, New Orleans right now. Like, I feel like I have Mardi Gras vibes and I'm kind of into it. I just really wanted to like get creative with my makeup. I feel like I haven't sat down and actually done something like this in a really long time. So I'm really glad I did, and I really like how it came out. Like, I really like it. But anyways, we are just gonna jump right on into this. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. I've already primed with my Revlon Candid Concealer, just blending it all in. Just a little disclaimer, it is so windy here, so if you can hear my window like rattling, it's because it's the wind. Like, I'm honestly waiting for that thing to just bust in and break. It's that windy here. I don't know what's happening. But anyways, just jumping right on into this look. I used a few different palettes. You don't have to. I'm always going to tell you guys that. You do not have to use the same palettes or this many palettes. Again, I was just sitting around and just playing around. So the first shade I'm going to take is a black shade. You could use any black that you have. Right now, I'm just using the one from the Book of Magic palette because right now it's like the best black. So we're kind of doing like a halo spotlight eye today. So we're going to start this black right on the inner corner. Just really pack it in there. I want this black to be as black as it possibly can be. And then we're going to bring it around town above the crease because I have hooded eyes. If you don't have hooded eyes, then you probably don't have to do this, but it's just what I have to do. And then I'm going to bring it down and then create like a little wing shape. I'm going to connect it to the bottom. And then I say this with all my looks, don't worry about like this part of it because this is all going to get cleaned up. So you can really get as messy with this as you want. And then you're just going to fill it in. So once you have your black laid down, you're going to take a green shade. And I just took Forest from my Carnival 3 palette. Again, you could use any green shade that you want. And then we're just going to start blending out this black, but we're not going to blend all the way in. We're just going to blend half of it. So what you want to do is mostly stay half and half. You want to stay half on the black, half on your eye space. This makes it easier to blend colors, and it helps it to keep it low and not so like everywhere. So how was everyone's Halloween? I don't think I've uploaded a video since Halloween. I don't think. I might have, but I don't know. What was everybody? What was your costume this year? Did you guys go out? Did you guys have like a little house party? I know you're not supposed to in COVID, but we're not judging over here, okay? I'm also blending that shade on the bottom too, just so the black isn't such a harsh cutoff. I'm not too worried about getting it like perfectly blended right now. Right now I'm just trying to lay down colors, and you guys know the drill. I always go back and like touch things up and everything. So I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Tropics right here, just a tiny bit on my brush, just to help blend out the edges of that Forest shade, because we're going to go in with a lighter shade, and this is just going to make the transition a little bit easier. Just doing little tiny circle motions. When I tell you I struggled with my other eye, I struggled. Like, not the main shadow part, but like the center part. Oh my God. Like I was about to give up, but I'm glad that I didn't because I do like the way it came out. But my God, it was so bad. Like I wiped the middle half off, I think 3 or 4 times. Like, dude, get it together. Okay, so next I'm dipping into my original Carnival palette. These are the 2 palettes that I mostly use today. I'm going to take the shade Ecstasy, which is this one right here. It's like a really lime green. In the Carnival palette, there is a shade similar to this, but this shade in this palette is more of a green tone, and then the other one is like a yellow tone. So I want to stick to the green for this side, and then just going to blend out that last shade. So before I move on to the pink, I'm going to go back in with the same green shades over again. I'm just going to go ahead and touch it up now, just because it's really bothering me. So I'm going to go back in with Forest. And then back in with Tropics. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the pink, and this is kind of where I struggled a little bit with the shadow part. Only because to me, I don't know what it is, but I feel like pinks, they all just blend in together and look exactly the same. I don't know if it's just me, if I don't know what I'm doing with pinks, but it's super annoying. Like, it's the most annoying thing. But we're going to tread on. Okay. So I'm going to take the shade Pink Lily, which is this one right here. I've already hit pan on it. And then we're just going to blend out that black shade. Actually, you know what? I think I blended it out, the black shade, with something else before I went in with Pink Lily. Because I'm seeing like a darker shadow. What did I do? Oh, I went in with the shade Magenta and a little bit of Bloom. I just kind of mixed both of those. And then I blended out this black. That's what I did. This is my face while I'm blending out. I'm like, my gosh. Okay, now I'm going to dip back into Pink Lily. I didn't use too much Pink Lily because it is kind of deepened it a lot, this inner corner right here. I don't know why. So that's as much as I used, and then I dipped into Pep Talk from the first Carnival palette, and then blended out the edges just to soften it up. So I was going to save the brow bone highlight for last, but I'll just go ahead and do it. I went in with my Sample Beauty pigment in the shade Angelic. It's so freaking pretty. I used it on my inner corner right here. Look how poppin' that is. And then on my brow bone. Like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Where's the brush I used? Okay. So when I first did this side, I laid down lash glue first. I don't know why or what possessed me to lay down lash glue. Oh, like it made no sense to me. I have no idea what I was thinking. Why didn't I lay down a glitter glue? I don't know. So I had to wipe that off, and then I just ended up wetting my brush with my water spray and then going in with the pigment. But like, what the hell possessed me to do it with lash glue? Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh. It's just one of those days. I don't know. But look at how stunning that is. I hope it shows on camera. Like, it is beautiful. How bright and shiny that is. Let me turn down the lights. Like, can you see that? I don't know if it's picking up any better, but it's just, it's so pretty. Beautiful. So the first mistake I did with doing my spotlight eye was not cleaning it up. And then when I went in with a different color, it just looked awful. Like, it just brought the whole look down and not as bright. So if you're going to do something like this, make sure you clean your area up before. It'll look better, and it'll save you time on like trying to clean it up. So I'm just going to wipe off this black. And I'm just using micellar water and a Q-tip for this. You could use whatever makeup remover you have. And just be really careful. It doesn't have to be like perfectly cleaned up. You just don't want to lay concealer over black because it's just going to make a huge mess. So as always for my cut creases, I always use my Morphe concealer in the white shade because it just brings out the colors more. And then I usually use a really small brush, especially for spotlight eyes because it's more like a focused area. You know, with a cut crease, it's kind of like your whole lid, but with a spotlight eye, it's just in the center. So I'm using a Morphe 213 brush. It's super tiny. It's very detailed. It gets you right up in there. So with spotlight eyes, I like to do it a little bit differently than I do cut creases. I like to keep my eye open and then just tap it right in the center of where I want it to be. Because with a spotlight eye, the center is like the roundest part and then it kind of caves in a little bit. You want to make sure your highest point is the center of your eye. So once you have your main center, you're just going to want to fill in the rest of your lid. And then when you get to the ends, I like to wipe off the excess and then just kind of start to blend in the shadow with the edge of that concealer just so the blend is easier. Oh my god, already this eye is turning out so much better than my other eye. God. I hate that. There's always like one good eye. So I always like to tap it out just so it's more of like an even surface. Tap it out as much as I can. Get up off the excess. All that good jazz. And then we're going to go in with a neon pigment, of course. I'm using my pigment stack and I'm going in with the yellow shade. At first, I didn't lay down a shade once I laid down my concealer. So it just looked like this, only a little bit darker. And then I went in with my glitter and it just looked awful. It was not good. And then you just want to start packing it on there. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't dabbled into neon pigments, like you totally missing out. They just add something to the look. I don't know. They just jazz it up. It's okay if you go a little bit above your line because we're going to draw a line of eyeliner right there anyway. So, I mean, don't go crazy and just everywhere, but. So this is the part that I really struggled with because at first I used regular shadows for this, but it just wasn't bright enough. And then I went in with neon pigments and like the green looks great, but I really struggled with the pink side of it. I don't know why. To me, it just didn't look that good. But I mean, all in all, now that it's all pulled together, it looks good. So we're still going to do it, but just know if it looks bad, I'm sorry. Like I tried. I'm going to do the pink side first just because I really struggled and I want to get it over with. So I'm going to take my pink and then on the end, I'm going to just lay some of this pigment down. Right now, I just want to get the color on there and then we'll go back in detail, of course. So with that same brush, I'm just going to go in with my green neon pigment and put it on the inner corner. And then I'm going to take any black shade and I'm just going to blend in some of these edges. And then the same on the green side as well. Why is this eye so much better? By the way, I'm doing this all in the same brush. I'm just wiping it off on my pants because this is like the best brush for this. So for now, I'm just going to leave that alone and then go back to it once I add the glitter just to touch things up because right now it's really frustrating me, but it's going to be fine. It's going to look beautiful. And then what I did was I went in with my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in Distortion. Of course, because it's perfection. And I was really careful with this just because I didn't want to lift up the pigment underneath. So I was just doing tapping very lightly and using a small amount of product at once. I didn't want to go too heavy with it. I don't know what it is about this freaking glitter gel, but it is just so good. All right, so that is pretty much the shadow part of it. I'm probably going to go back and like fix this up off camera. But now we get to do the fun part of the look, which is the liner and the rhinestones. You don't have to do the rhinestones. You don't even have to do the liner if you don't want to. So for the liner, I went in with my Sheen Epic Liner in the shade Polka Dot. These are so cool. I have a review of these on my channel. I will link it down below if you guys want to look at that. Just keep in mind the look wasn't like the best I've ever done, but it was mostly just to test the products. So all you have to do is just wet them with water a little bit. Just a teensy tiny bit, because they can get like overly wet and you don't really want that. Then you just like mix it around, get it all nice and coated. I like to start my line from, I don't like to pull it all the way out here. I like to start it in a little bit more. And I need like full concentration for this. I cannot talk and do this at the same time, so. And if you have shaky hands like me, then it's probably going to come out not perfect, but it's fine. It's okay. So now it's time for Rhinestones, which I'm super excited about because I have not used these yet. I got this whole pack of Rhinestones off Amazon with like another pack, but these ones are all colorful ones, and I'm so excited I finally got to use them. I don't know if you can tell, you really can't, but the 3 on this side are green, and then the 4 on this side are pink. To me, even like in person, I can't really tell that these are pink. I can tell these are green, but either way, we're still going to do it the same way that we did the other eye. And I'm either going to speed this part up or just skip over it because it took a long time. But I'm just going to stick them on with my Duo lash glue. I will have these linked down below in the description box for anyone that's interested in getting some rhinestones. So it came with the colorful one, and then it comes with different sizes of just like the normal silver rhinestones. And then it came with like a little fun pack of like unique ones. Like there's a skull, there's bones, like diamonds, flowers. It's really, really cute. So I'll have those linked in the description box. Okay, so that is the basics of the eye. It's almost completely finished. All we have to do is the under eye. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and do my face because there's nothing new and I mostly just want to focus on this look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we will come back and I will finish up the under eyes. Okay, we are back. The face is finished. I don't know what's going on with my face today, but like, what is that? Like, it looks so muddy. I don't know what's happening with my skins today. Anyways, we're going to finish up this under eye and get moving. Okay, so the first thing I did was I went in with my Pixi black liner, and I only put it on the inner and outer corners of my eye. And then what I did was I went in with another one of my Sheen Epic liners. This one is in the shade Ice Cream. It is a green shade. And then I put that shade right in the center of my waterline. I kind of just wanted to incorporate like green into the waterline just because there's so much green on the top and it's in my eye. It's okay, it doesn't hurt. It's just in there. Okay, then I went in with Forest, the dark green shade. And I just ran that right under this black. My outer corners just hate me today. Like, it doesn't want to stick in that certain spot right here. Don't know why it does this to me. And then I'm going to take Pink Lily, and then I'm just going to run it under this black right here. And then what I did to kind of just combine the two was I took the shade Key Lime right here, and I just merged everything together with that. Alright, I'm going to add some lashes, and then I'm going to throw on a lip off camera, and then we will come back and get a close-up of this makeup. Alright guys, and this is the finished look. What do you guys think? For the lips, I used a Morphe lip liner in Sweet Tea, of course, always. And then I used Anastasia's liquid lipstick in Stripped, and I topped it off with Morphe lip gloss in Attention. I look like Dolly Parton with this freaking hair. Oh my gosh, it's wild. Anyways, this is the finished look. I really hope you guys like it. What do you think? The skin isn't like up to my standards. I really don't like the way my skin turned out. I feel like the bronzer went super muddy today, and I don't know why. Like, it's never done that before ever, so I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna blame it on my skin. But all in all, I really like the way the look came out. It was a process. Oh my god. Like I said throughout the video, I really struggled with this eye. And then it happened with this eye, but not as bad as it did on my other eye. So I'm glad for that. I think it looks great. I think it all pulled together really, really well. It's been such a long time since I've actually done something with all of this going on. You know, usually I don't know, I started out like that, and then now I just started doing like normal looks, if you will. So I kind of wanted to just get back into doing like more detailed looks because they're super fun to do. It lets you get creative and you can really just do whatever you want. So anyways, this is the finished look. I do really hope you guys like it. I'm going to stop flapping my gums over here. If you like this video and you like me and my channel, then don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my socials down below. In all my videos, I always put my products that I use in the description box. So if you ever wonder what I'm using, if I don't say it like in the video, then it's always going to be down there. So anyways, I have nothing else to say to you guys. I hope you like this look, and I hope you guys have a good day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!